Good morning, and today is Monday. Our week 2 online learning is starting, and I'm going to read our yellow colored book, leveled reader. Some of your teachers use a different term for it, but I'm going to read the yellow leveled reader. For those of you that have a packet at home but are able to watch our YouTube, you can listen and then answer the questions. All right, today's leveled reader colored book is called Stargazing. Chapter 1, Looking Up at the Sky. People have always looked up at the stars. They made maps of the stars. They told stories about what they saw in the sky. There are ancient paintings in the Lascaux caves in France. Some scientists think the paintings are maps of the stars. People from ancient times told stories to explain the stars. A group of Native Americans have a story about how the Milky Way came to be. They say that a bear climbed to the top of a snowy mountain. Ice stuck to its fur. The bear jumped into the sky to hunt. The ice fell off as he ran to hunt. The ice became the stars of the Milky Way. Caption: People painted the caves during the Stone Age. Remember, that's how they had their language. So they were telling the stories through paintings on the cave walls. This caption: The Milky Way looks like a cloudy band of stars. Earth on the move. Some ancient people thought that a roof covered Earth. They thought that the stars shone through holes in the roof. Early astronomers thought the sun and stars moved around Earth. In fact, it is Earth that moves. Imagine that Earth is a basketball with a pole pushed through its center. That pole is like Earth's axis. The North Pole is at the top of Earth's axis. The South Pole is at the bottom. Earth rotates or turns around its axis. It makes one turn each day. Earth also orbits the sun. It takes 1 year for Earth to travel around the sun. Imagine you spin the Earth like a basketball on the top of your finger. Now imagine the basketball hoop is the sun. Walk around the basketball hoop while you spin the basketball. Each lap you make is 1 year. This caption: Earth's axis runs from the North Pole to the South Pole. So here's the North Pole, here's the South Pole, and then the axis for it to spin. This caption: Earth orbits the sun. So remember, as it's spinning, it's also orbiting around the sun, like we talked about when we did Jupiter, and it takes 1 year to go all the way around the sun. Okay, your stop and check question: What did people in ancient times believe about the stars? Don't forget to go back and relook for your answer. Restate your question. Chapter 2, Sky Maps and Calendars. Ancient people didn't understand how Earth moved, but they used the stars to find their way. A guiding star. On land, people used landmarks such as mountains and rivers to find their way. There are no landmarks on the ocean. Ancient sailors found their way by using the series of things they saw in the sky. Sailors used the sun to find their way during the day. They used the position of the stars to find their way at night. One star doesn't seem to move. It is the North Star, or Pole Star. The North Star is almost directly above the northern end of Earth's axis. Earth's axis doesn't move, so the North Star doesn't appear to move. People use the North Star to find the direction of north. Sailors have used it to find their way across oceans for thousands of years. The caption: Sailors used maps and the stars to find their way at night. Finding the North Star. The pointer stars can help you find the North Star. They are part of a group of stars called the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper looks like a ladle or big spoon. Draw an imaginary line in the sky between the pointer stars. Then continue the line to find the North Star. The passage of time. People have also used stars to mark the passage or passing of time. They notice that specific stars appear at the same time each year. This happens because we see a different part of the sky as Earth moves around the sun. People made maps to show the position of the stars during the year. They group stars into constellations. Constellations appear in different parts of the sky in summer and winter. The Pleiades is a cluster of bright stars. There is a group of stars called the Pleiades. People in Hawaii knew it was time to harvest or gather their crops when the Pleiades appeared in the sky. People also use the moon to tell time. The moon takes almost a month to orbit Earth. As it moves, the moon seems to change shape. At first, it changes from a tiny sliver to a crescent. Then it becomes a round, full moon. After that, it seems to shrink. We call the changing shape of the moon the phases of the moon. Stop and check. How did ancient people use the stars? Chapter 3, Tools to Study Space. People invented tools to learn more about the stars and space. These inventions changed our understanding of the universe. The telescope. A scientist named Galileo used a telescope in the 1600s. A telescope is a tool for looking for the stars. Galileo studied the moon, stars, and planets. Galileo did not invent the telescope, but he improved the way it worked. Improved means he made it better. He built a powerful telescope. It allowed him to see things that no one had seen before. Galileo learned that the moon has mountains and valleys. He saw 4 moons orbiting the planet Jupiter. Galileo also proved that Earth orbits the sun. He helped people understand more about Earth. Stop and check. What did Galileo discover with his telescope? Modern telescopes. Remember, the word modern means today. Telescopes today are much more powerful than Galileo's telescope. The Hubble Space Telescope floats in space high above Earth. It has a clearer view of the stars and planets because it does not look through Earth's atmosphere. The atmosphere is the layer of gases around Earth. It is full of dust. The dust makes it harder to see things in space. The Hubble telescope sends pictures to astronomers on Earth. These pictures have helped astronomers figure out the age of the universe. They now believe that the universe is about 13 to 14 billion years old. The Hubble Space Telescope orbits Earth. So orbit, remember, means to rotate around. The Hubble Space Telescope took this image of Saturn. Here's the planet Saturn. And let me go back because, yes, I forgot to read you these captions. Okay, this is the telescope. This telescope is like the one that Galileo used. And then here is Jupiter and the 4 moons that Galileo discovered. We're going to read this part now. The Hubble Space Telescope. The Hubble telescope is almost 44 feet long. That's about the length of a school bus. It is about 14 feet across at its widest point. The telescope moves at about 5 miles per second. It orbits Earth once every 97 minutes. Last page. Now scientists are building a bigger telescope. It is called the James Webb Space Telescope. Scientists will use it to see even farther into space. They will be able to discover new galaxies and stars. There are many things left to discover about the universe. People still look up into the stars and wonder, just like those who lived long ago. This caption, the James Webb Space Telescope will be much more powerful than the Hubble. Here is your stop and check. What tools have helped people learn more about the night sky? And we're only doing the first story in that leveled reader today. So I can't wait to talk to some of you on Wednesday and hear your thoughts about the story. All right. Take care. Be safe. I love you all.